Hi, friends. Welcome to my week 6 update of doing Dr. Joe's work. I have a lot of really fun stuff that I want to share with you today. I'm going to break it down into mystical experiences and also some of the things that I've been dealing with and learning along the way. So, let's start with some of the struggles that I've had. I keep going back into the body as the mind. So, this is something that has happened to me continuously, and I have been working on becoming conscious of the unconscious thoughts, and not only the thoughts, but also the bodily behavioral patterns that are learned from past experiences that are playing out every single day. So, the way that I look at it is that your body has this experience, may have a trauma. Mine happened 8 years ago. Okay, that's an old story, but we're still using it for purposes of this. Um, and so the body learns this pattern, and that's what it plays out every single day. It will bring up a feeling, let's say of fear or extreme fear, or maybe it is depression or anger or sadness, whatever it is, anxiety. And then the brain will just reinforce with a thought that will then reinforce the body feeling, which will then reinforce the brain thought. And it just goes into this vicious cycle. And, I think we get into this work thinking, well, now we're breaking the thoughts. But what happens is that our body is still stuck in the past, essentially. So, we have to break the past. We have to break the body's pattern, this experience. And the way that we can do that is obviously through Dr. Joe's work, would be through meditations, trying to get into that space where you're not thinking about the past or the future. Your body's calm, relaxed state, and you're able to feel new emotions, think new thoughts, or think nothing at all, which helps to get you on your way as well. I have been working with that every single day, and I've also been working with creating my routines. Not only am I really into my nighttime routine for meditation, I also do the restorative sleep right before I go to sleep, and get some nice subconscious programming in there. And then in the morning, I'm still struggling to create this routine. I think I'm just really like my sleep in the morning. Mornings are just crazy, but summertime is coming up. So I think it will be a little less hectic, and I will be getting up at 5:30. 5 o'clock was a little bit early for me. I got up at 5 on Friday, and that was just a little bit too much. It kind of like knocked me out for Saturday, because I was so tired Friday night. But I am still working on that routine, and I still highly recommend it, and I can't wait until I'm excited about that. One thing I did do yesterday, which was really fun, was a walking meditation, and I just felt like I was being that person that I want to be, how I want to look, how I want to feel, what I want to accomplish, all of those things. And I just felt like I was bringing all of that. And I was just doing my walk. I was trying to get a 2-mile walk in. I did have some really great mystical experiences that I wanted to share with you. So, one was I was doing a love your body meditation. I really love that meditation. There's something so special about it. It's short enough to, for beginners too. But it really works on opening up the heart space. And then when that space is open, directing your attention to somewhere on your body, which I really love. So I've been working with that one. And when I was in that meditation in the morning, I ended up seeing my mom, and I was in a lucid state. I knew I was in a lucid state immediately when I saw my mom. She was shopping, and she was picking out some black shorts. And all of a sudden, like, I looked at her, she looked at me, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm lucid right now. I'm in a dream state. I'm in a meditation, mom." And I was like, "And I know that you're not coming back. Like, I know that this isn't like real. Like, we're not shopping." Sorry if I get emotional. And I understood, and she was crying and I was crying, and I understood then that, like, I understood that I still had grief that was trapped in here and that it's trapped in my body and it's just trying to get out. Um, and that's really like part of what I'm working on is just being happy and having joy in my life and just being so in love with life, so in love with life. Um, so that was such an incredible experience that came out of it. And I was like, wow, something released from me that day, a little bit of grief released from me that day. And I wanted to keep working on that, obviously. Another experience that I had that was just so cool. And I've been trying to manifest going to a week-long retreat. And so it's in my brain all the time. And I was again in a lucid state and I was in a ballroom with a bunch of people that I did not know. And I walk out of the ballroom, I'm in the hallway, and I see Dr. Joe. And so the way that I explain this is one of two things. One, Dr. Joe is connected to all of his students, especially if they're deep into the work. I think that's a possibility. I'm not going to chalk that possibility off that he's energetically connected. But I think probably more realistically, if we're explaining a mystical experience through reality, which is kind of silly anyway, but I would say that my higher self was like, who is she going to listen to most? Okay, Dr. Joe, let's put him in, you know? So So he turned to me and he was like, "Hey, how's the work going?" And I was like, "Well, it's okay. Like it's going okay. I just feel like the feeling is still here. The feeling that I'm trying to get rid of is still here and I'm having a hard time with it." And he was like, "Well, that's okay because guess what? The next lecture is going to be about the generous present moment. So I'll see you in the ballroom." And then he walked on his way and he went, he said, "You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Um, just listen to the lecture." And he got back on the elevator and I walked into the ballroom. And when I came out of the meditation, I just knew I was like, I need to do the generous present moment meditation. So I've been focusing on doing that as well and trying to really stay present because I think that was definitely a message from my higher self or the energy of whoever is helping from beyond. So those are the experiences I've had in the last week, which were pretty cool. And now I am focusing on just keep going and keep doing. And I have some things that are coming up. So I'm hoping I can share some really good stuff in the next few weeks. I do have a remote coherence healing tomorrow. So I will also let you know what that's like and how that went. And if you guys are interested, today we're still my podcast, which is called The Book Weaver's Quill, that I do with a couple of other authors who are also on Dr. Joe's journey. We are putting out a new one. We're following Joseph Campbell's hero's journey and we're equating it to Dr. Joe's journey as well. So you can check that out on the Book Weaver's Quill page and I will definitely link it below. But anyway, that's it for this week. I will keep you guys posted for next week. And if you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button because that is the best way that you can support me and my journey. Thank you.